Hello, all my TW555 members here at Midway. Welcome back to the Quick Question Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Perez. I'm one of your alternate union reps for the station, alongside the elected union rep for the station, Wally Matties. Wally, what's up, man?
Hello, I'm not Hugo.
Yes.
I'm back.
Unfortunately, Hugo is still out on medical leave. He's still got something going on. He's actually recovering, and hopefully on our next podcast, we'll have him back. But we do miss you, Hugo. Hopefully you get better soon.
He's getting used to his new body.
Oh, man. All right. I know we got a few things. It's been a long time. Sorry, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. I actually went to Italy. I had a great time. And then, of course, I had a little family emergency, but that's all taken care of now. But Italy was a great time, and I do suggest you guys take advantage of these flight benefits that we do go around the world. It was awesome. It was very awesome. But anyways.
Yeah, I still can't believe it how you flew like that and with the ID-90 and
Oh my God, dude! It was easy. Well, I guess because of the time I went, I usually try to go off peak times, and it was easy getting there and easy getting back. And I flew business, man. That was beautiful.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, $7,000 seat for $400. Yeah, I'll take it all day.
It wasn't a 700.
It definitely wasn't a 700. I did take a peek in the back to see how all the peasants were.
Peasants were.
Yeah, they looked. They looked
Don't look at me. I can look at you. Don't look at me.
All right, so we're gonna start things off. I know guys got a lot of issues with upstairs. Again, if we're all getting whether it's our job or not or blah blah blah. But Wally, man, elaborate on what's going on with that, man.
Yeah, with the whole red days, blue days, all that nonsense. From everything I've gathered, above us and everything else, I think I brought this up before. We grieved for that to be our job, essentially. Because customer service was doing it, and it was a grievance that came out, and so we can't not do it now. And we're baggage handlers essentially, so we should have to do it anyway. Well, but there's also been stipulations on what is expected of us while we're there, while we're doing it. From what I've been told is anytime you're scheduled there, you should have a briefing from whatever manager is, whatever in that zone, kind of telling you what's expected of you. I know there were some issues where, like pushing wheelchairs, things like that. You can voluntarily do that if you want, but it's been made clear that we don't normally push wheelchairs. If you want to help, volunteer to help, fine. But they can't just say, make you feel like you're going to get written up if you don't do that. And ops it's supposed to be a shared job with us and ops. Probably the biggest complaint we've had is the lack of help from ops. We're all supposed to work together with that. It's supposed to be us and ops sharing that. I was corrected on a few things. I was initially told that we would get the bags. The CSAs would bring them to the podium, the ops podium, and then we would move them from either there or if ops had time or was doing their part, would bring it down to the door. Then we'd bring them downstairs. But from what I'm being told now is that's why you see agents posted up by the CSA desk because they want us to take it from there. It's still supposed to be shared, but if that's not happening, continue to let us know. And if you're not being given any kind of direction of what you're supposed to be doing at the beginning of that shift, with that, please let us know because we will move that forward.
Mm-hmm. And there's no way out of this.
Not that I know of, because it's above us. Like I said, we grieved to have this to make sure that was our job and it wasn't taken away from us.
Okay, so it's obviously it's system wide. There's not much.
Yeah. This is definitely system wide. Mm-hmm. So they don't want us. Not that they don't want us to, but we're not expected to interact with customers. They don't. I mean, not that like we're like scumbags, but it's not our job. We don't have to. We don't have to go up to customers and ask them to give up their bag or check their bag. We don't do any of that. We just move shit. That's all we're doing is moving shit.
No, they don't have to do it. No, they don't have to do it in front of while they're in the jetway, right? When the customers are actually boarding, or how do they want us?
Well, theoretically, that's all supposed to be done before they start boarding.
Okay. So
for the most part, those bags, everybody was going to check bags. They should have them checked before boarding starts.
Okay.
Theoretically, that's the way it should be. If it's always like that, I don't know, but that's the way it's expected to be.
Okay. All right, but it is our job now. We have no choice. That is initially our job to be up there and take the bags down.
It's a shared job with ops. So
Okay.
please let us know. I'm sure there are great ops agents there that are helping, and then I know we've had complaints. There are some that aren't, whether they feel that they're too busy, they feel it's not their job. I'm not going to speculate,
Right.
but I'm just trying to encourage everybody to work together with this.
Okay.
I can't see this being forever because I feel like eventually they're going to figure out how to get past the scam of not checking your bag, because this all started with obviously charging for bags. So people figured out that if you just take your bag to the gate, they're not going to charge you to check it.
Right.
So I feel like eventually they're going to come out of that, and it's going to be a lot less once like spring break is over and stuff like that. Right now it's heavy. So
Yeah, it is getting kind of heavy now with
Yeah.
spring break coming. But all right, moving on. A lot of people have been getting confused with teledoc and consecutive work days as far as for their sick note. I know a lot of you guys are getting confused because you may call in today and have the next 2 days off, and then tomorrow? Today's Friday, so you'll have Saturday, Sunday off, and then you're sick Monday, Tuesday, and you get the teledoc note and it says 3 consecutive days. What they mean by consecutive days, they don't mean consecutive work days. It's you can't be sick on Friday and then you're okay again on Saturday, Sunday, and then now you're sick Monday, Tuesday, and you want to use the note for that. No. And that's the same works for FMLA as well. Some of FMLA, just because they say 3 consecutive days, even though your days off are included in there, that's unfortunately those days are counted in there. So if you have a note saying that it's 3 days, that's today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Not if you're off Saturday, Sunday, it's not Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Consecutive days means when the day you get it and the next consecutive days, not work days. And you guys are getting very confused with that.
Yeah, because technically Teledoc, they let us use Teledoc still. That started with COVID, obviously, but they've continued to let us use it, so they have to take the notes the way they were written from them, because technically, contractual-wise, they wouldn't be good notes, because if you look at our contract, it has to have a start date and basically a date of return on the note. It states that in our contract. Teledoc just says, be excused for 2 days. That includes the day one that you called them, and then the next day. That's it. It's not 2 days where it's like Eric just said. It's like Friday. I'm sick, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I still want to be sick. That's not how the 2 days work. The 2 days have to be consecutive. Even if it doesn't say consecutive on there, it has to be consecutive.
Yeah. And that's how they're taking. A lot of guys are losing points or using points because they think it's for 3 working days and they got days off in the middle, whether they're that days off, doesn't matter what it is. That's going to count towards it. And FMLA too. So if you have an episode, if you have one episode, say you have one episode per week, and one episode can be up to 3 days. It doesn't mean you can call in on Monday FMLA and your days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, and then use the FMLA episode for Thursday, Friday. It's not how it works. It has to be consecutive. Again, you can't have an episode on Monday and then not have it on Tuesday and Wednesday, but now it comes back Thursday, Friday. It just doesn't work like that. What they mean is one episode, 3 consecutive days. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And a lot of guys are getting confused, and they're getting points because they think that it means consecutive work days, but no, it's consecutive days. Consecutive work days are with points. That's what happens. So when you call in sick on Monday and you have Tuesday, Wednesday off, it's consecutive work days. That means you could still call in Thursday for that 1 point. That's consecutive work days. But when it comes to FMLA and then when it comes to doctor notes, it's consecutive days.
Right, unless you go to a regular doctor, not Teledoc, and it says, say Friday is the 5th. Mm-hmm. You call in sick on the 5th, the doctor said you can return to work on the 8th. That will include the weekend.
Yes.
Even if it's your off days and, the 7th, which would be on Monday. It would include all those days.
Or if he just puts the dates on there, it's even better.
Yes.
Because at least if your days off are in the middle of it, he has the dates covered for the other days after that.
Right.
So that's something different as well. So, all right. What else you got?
Well, yeah, it'll kind of segue into also these guys, you guys.
Did you finish your first beer already, man? Holy shit.
Yeah, I was thirsty.
Cheers.
Cheers. PA hours, protected hours. in regards. I'll start out with that because a lot of people are finding out after the fact that if you turn in a doctor's note, you have to waive those PA hours. Otherwise, they'll take the PA. They're going to take the PA hours first, unless you waive them. They're automatically going to take them if you have them. So I know a lot of people are realizing that, and same thing with NCOs, FMLA. If you don't waive those, they're gonna take it from that, and then you've wasted a doctor's note. Like a lot of people have calling sick. They have a note covering 2 days. They have enough protect hours to cover one of those days. So you technically waste a doctor's note for 1 day. So it's always, if you're gonna use a doctor's note, waive your PA hours, because what's the point then? Then you're just wasting PA hours that you could have later on that could help you out later on. And the PA hours, we've gone over this, but real quick, I'll go over it again. You get that email after every paycheck. Tells you how many sick hours you have at the top, how many accrued PA hours you have in the middle, and then the bottom is how many max you're taking. The max you're taking, you get 40 hours a year. Every time you use them, it subtracts from them 40 hours. That's the accrued hours, the middle one. Those are out every 40 hours you work, you get 1 hour accrued. Once you accrue enough, we can go to full-time -8 or -6 for part-time. But once you accrue enough and you have to have the sick hours as well, then you can use those protected hours. And I know there's been a lot of confusion with that. And to be perfectly honest, you guys got to be careful, because we get guys coming in and says, it says I got 3 hours here. Can I go home early? 3 hours, and and they're sitting at 5.5 points. I'm like, well, why would you even play that game? To be perfectly honest, because we've used this analogy many times. It's like casino. In the end, the house always wins when you're gambling like that.
Yep. So
I'm not going to keep going on about that, because we've gone over this multiple times. But
yeah, but it's good to keep reminding them. Especially those that are first coming in. So usually I try to explain not every other episode, but every once in a blue moon I'll go over PA hours again, because especially with the new hires, and then people who are just getting on, just so they know we're still talking about it.
Yeah, we'll do that again then.
Yeah. What else you got, man?
It was brought up to us today about wingtip cones.
Mm-hmm.
I guess guys aren't putting them out.
Yeah.
And they're not blaming anybody as far as we know on our end, but I guess Menzies fuel truck almost took off a winglet last week or the other day, whenever it was. I don't know if there was supposedly a cone out there or not, but they just keep an eye on that and make sure you guys are putting those wingtip cones out there, so we don't run into shit like that and then they start blaming us for stuff.
Yeah, because I guess we're supposed to be the ones that actually position them.
Yes.
So they're going to start blaming us eventually.
They blame us for enough shit. Don't add more stuff for them to blame us for.
All right. Something that we just got an email because we just I guess we had a grievance about stair stepping. Those of you who don't know how to stair step, because you guys never seen it, no one's ever really done it in a long time. But stair stepping pretty much is, if you're mandatory, when you stair step somebody, you're pretty much when you're mandatory, you're giving it to the next junior agent that's available. That did not get mando. That's what you're doing. So if somebody were to come into mandatory, he's like, you know what, I can't do it. I'm going to stair step somebody. So they have to stair step and give it to the next junior agent since you don't want to do it. But it can only work on an extension. It's not for a full shift. It's only for an extension. So I guess somebody, grieved on the proper way of doing it. So what happens is when you stair step, depending on suppose you get off at 2:30 and they're extending till 5 o'clock. If you choose to, you can stair step and you can find the next junior agent that got off at 2:30 to actually give it to them, and then they have to actually do the extension. Now, what you can do now, suppose if you get off at 2:30 and you're extended and you stair step and there's no more 2:30 agents because they've already extended them all. What you could do is stair step the next person at the off time. So if it's get off at 2:30, the next off time is 3 o'clock and there's junior guys there, then you can do that. You can go ahead and give them, stair step them. Say, hey, I'm going to stair step that guy, and the next person's going to. Is it the next junior guy or the next senior guy that gets it? What happens?
I believe it's the next
junior
It's
guy.
the next junior guy because it's a different off time.
Okay.
Because they do the whole, well, we're extending this time.
Mm-hmm.
We're not extending these guys. We're extending you guys. So the whole fit the need bullshit that we deal with. So it's you were explaining it right. It's say you get off at 2:30. There's 3 o'clock agents that they didn't extend. You have to stay that half hour, but you're not staying the full thing. You're like, I want to stair step. And it used to be that you had to tell them who you were stair stepping with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if that's needs to be the case because it hasn't been used in so long.
No, yeah, because it's actually.
I
them.
always said it's their fucking problem. They figure it out.
Yeah, they can. We can't. They can easily.
Right.
But now.
Then they have to finish it.
Yes.
It'd be probably the most junior
Yes,
guy.
has to finish it. Now, the only time you cannot do it, because mandatory, I guess what I'm reading here, the new interpretation. So the only time you can't do the extension is if suppose you get off at 2:30, it's 2:30 to 5, the extension, and then the 2:30 guys the 3 o'clock guys are exhausted, the 2:30 guys are exhausted, and the 4 o'clock guys are exhausted. Now you have a 4:30 agent. You cannot stair step a 4:30 agent, off-time agent, because they have to work, just like mandatory overtime, they have to work a minimum of 45 minutes. So if the extension is till 5 o'clock, you can't just give them half an hour. It has to be 45 minutes, so you cannot stair step. I guess that's the new rule that I'm reading that you can't do. So if you were to stair step somebody,
what's the difference at that point?
Yeah, I guess you might as well just stay. Right. But just a heads up, you cannot stair step. Some guys you'd be surprised, man. Some guys half an hour is half an hour. Yeah. But again, you cannot stair step that guy because the person has to work at least 45 minutes of mandatory and overtime in order for him to take it. So again, that's how stair stepping works. Is there anything I missed with stair stepping, or
I don't
is that
think
pretty
so.
much it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty
you
much it.
guys rarely see stair stepping, even though you guys can do it, especially at night, unless they do that mass extension.
I feel like it happens a lot at other stations. It's never been big with us.
No, it never has been.
I think smaller stations maybe do it,
because no one even knows about it, let alone knows how to use it.
Yeah, it's one of those little things in the corner that nobody notices.
Yeah, could you imagine if they start doing that now? Oh my God, that'd be miserable. That'd be miserable. Yeah. But anyways,
our problem is it's used so little, probably nobody would use it correctly, and it'll just turn into a bunch of.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, and the comm soups already have very little. Most of them, to be, perfectly honest, a lot of them have no idea what our rules are because we see stuff happen all the time. And they're supposed to be having classes with them again to teach them our contract and our rules and all that.
They wanted to bring me in last week. I told them to talk to you. I don't know if they did or not.
No,
because they wanted us to go in there and talk to them. All right. Well, again, Hugo is not here, so there's not much. Again, he has right now. It's Kurt Petrat leading the way. So he gave me a few things to talk to you guys.
PK, President Curtis.
Yeah, President Curtis. He didn't want to come on here. I guess he's a little bit too shy, but hey, we'll get him on here sooner or later. But anyways, he gave us a few things to talk to you guys about. The zipper lines and the safety zones will be underway soon. Again, they're going to repaint them. Trying to get the old paint off is kind of hard, so hopefully the new paint's going to stick. I guess they're using new paint sticks better. And then it's supposed to be better, and it's more visible and it stays longer. So hopefully, I guess we'll find out again eventually how good that really is. They put in a request for better tread on the local tugs to help them, especially in the snow and rain, especially when they go down to T-point, because that's just ridiculous. It's hard. It's better to come back up with those carts. So hopefully they get a lot better with that one.
Yesterday they had a coming up from T-point. Looks like a cart got just. The axle ripped off. Yeah, nobody hit it. Nobody touched it. He was just driving.
Just ripped, huh? Jesus.
Came right off the axle.
The city is going to close B8 and B10. I wonder where the yart's going. But anyways, the city's going to go.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're closing B8, B10, and A1 for new concrete.
Well, they're going to put it by B16 again.
Yeah, they put it there, man. Even I do like B8. B8 is a little bit bigger. It's a little better, but I guess they'll put it at B16 for now. I guess. They're waiting on a date to actually start doing it. They haven't given us a date. And then... there has been, for sure, we're getting new chargers. There's no date set. So in April and in May. So.
That goes into the, just real quick, I want to throw this in here before we're done. With that, I know people sharing tugs. If anybody gets a write-up with this fucking nightmare of tug write-up bullshit, because most of them are just... They're ridiculous. So sorry, David, but they're ridiculous. But if anybody gets written up and you're sharing tugs, bring it to us immediately, please.
Yes, please.
And let us know, that you're sharing tugs, what day it was. It'd be on the write-up.
The only ones that are really getting and are hard to stick are sticking are a little bit hard is the diesel tugs. Those are the pretty hard ones that are trying that we're getting.
Yeah, we just have to do more. I mean, I think their system is still flawed. You know,
Yeah.
I had somebody who got a discussion log for not turning in their tug. It was last week. He told me when he brought it in, gave me the time, everything. I went and looked, watched video. He drove it into the yard, got out, walked over, had them scan his ID, got back in and parked it, and he still got a write-up for not returning his tug. How the fuck does that even happen? That's why I think their shit is flawed, and it's just a pain in the ass.
You know what? And same thing. You know what? And same thing with the clock. I clocked out. I literally clocked out. It didn't give me the okay. I looked at the. I mean, you could see me looking at the clock, waiting for the okay.
Yeah.
It didn't come out, and I got a no punch. I got a no punch, and then when I checked, they didn't believe me. And when I showed them the camera, they go, "Well, you walked away." I'm like, "Yeah, but you see me staring at it for about 10 seconds,
Right.
waiting for something. I'm just staring at something. You know, I didn't get the okay, and I just took off. And luckily, they still took it off. But still, I mean, damn.
Right. We
You know.
we got to go through these because their systems are flawed.
This damn dog just wants to
Eat your shoe.
Yeah, he's just eating my damn shit. Don't keep me looking, and he thinks it's cool because that's what happens when we don't pay attention to him. He just starts biting our shit. Yeah, see, now he can't take it off. Anyways, yeah. So the Chargers are coming. They don't. There's no set date for it, but they are coming, and there's hopefully for a May and July installation. Hopefully, and there's going to be 6 or 7 extra ones that they're going to put somewhere. They weren't expecting them, but they still got them, I guess.
Wow.
But now we got to figure out where. I guess when Hugo comes back, he's got to figure out where they're going to put them. So, but there are 6 or 7 more coming. Oh, more than what? 6 or 7 more than the, I guess, 20 that we're expected to get. So it's 26, 27. That'll be good.
One last thing, real quick. We'll talk about more probably next time. 'Cause we'll have more info. But everybody heard about O'Hare. I would assume they're closing down O'Hare. I think by June 1st, I think it is. So we're already crowded as it is, just so you guys know. I mean, I'm sure you already know that, but we expect to get some people from O'Hare. I don't know how many we're going to get yet. They have like 60-something ramp agents. I don't think or know if we're going to get all of them. And then I don't know. And a certain amount of ops agents, but
Jesus.
we're going to start getting a little more crowded, and we're still hiring. So there's that too.
Yikes! They must have been expecting for that or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about space and everything.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. They always do, don't they?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. We're cutting it short. Well, it's still 22 minutes, but again, yeah, that's it for us. That's it for us for the quick question for now. But Wally, hey man, give us something for these guys can watch while they're waiting for their flight.
It sucks because there hasn't been anything new. I watched this. Been watching the show The Pit, which I like a lot.
I heard about that one. I keep down. It's downloaded in my tablet. I haven't yet to start watching it.
It's Noah Wiley. His name is dude from ER.
Okay.
So, I mean, if anybody's, not as old as I am, would remember that. But it's a medical type show, but it's really cool. I like it. They kind of runs like not the same, but if I remember, it was show 24. Every episode is a different hour of the day, and just a lot of shit happens. And I don't know.
You watch Chicago Med, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't watched Chicago Med?
No,
I watch which one's better. That's what I watch.
I watch Chicago PD and a little bit of Chicago Fire. My wife watched Chicago Fire. We watch it.
I
with
watch
her.
all 3. Me and my wife. Jesus Christ, we love those shows. They're fucking great.
I watch Chicago PD. So Hank Voight's the man.
That's a great man.
Yeah.
That guy makes the whole damn show. I got two actually. One quick one would be the Daredevil. Daredevil did come out again, Born Again. At the first, there's only one episode right now.
Tonight.
Man, that first episode was good. You would think Disney would have toned it down a bit. No, they're not toning anything down about this show. I'm so glad that they're not. It's starting off great. I can't wait for next week. But the one show that I am finishing right now that's really good. It's on Peacock. It's called All Her Fault. Lady drops off. Lady sets up a play date with her son, and said they set up something to pick up her son at one of her friend's house. She goes to her friend's house, and guess what? The kid never showed up. They never set anything up. It was set up by a phone that she didn't even recognize, so she just decided to just let him go anyway. And they found out that he's been kidnapped, and they're figuring out who kidnapped the kid, and they're figuring out all the kind of stuff, and they're finding out how much of it is her fault, and it's great. It's a great show. I'm almost done with it, but it's really good, man. It's really good. It's on Peacock. It's called All Her Fault. But That's it, man. Wally, thanks again, man.
Yeah.
Thanks again for filling in for Hugo. But
Yeah.
when Hugo does come back, man, you're always welcome to come in.
I'll do it every week. I love it. I do. I really enjoy doing it.
I like you having on you because at least the people are hearing the actual elected rep.
Yeah.
You know, they're always hearing me, but in the end, I think they would love to hear you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in the end, this is yours and Hugo's thing. But I really actually like chiming in. I like doing it with you guys.
It's good having you, man. All right, but we're good, guys. That's it for the Quick Question Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Eric Perez, alongside your elected rep, Wally Matthews. Wally.
Bye. I didn't know what else to say. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, be like you go and say, be safe, guys.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.